Hello Pisces, welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Before we get into your weekly reading, let me just remind you all that this is the tarot deck that I'm giving away on my channel this month. The Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck and guidebook set. It's a beautiful box set, and all you have to do is be subscribed to my channel and leave me a comment letting me know that you're interested, and check back March 31st and check the winner video, see if you are the winner. All right guys, so we're going to get right in to your romance angel messages. Religious factors and soulmate. Wow. The hummingbird, beautiful air energy. The panther, fire energy, wow. And we have the gazelle, more fire energy. So before we get into your spreads, let's get right into your animal spirits. All right, so we have the hummingbird, really lovely animal spirit associated with air energy. The hummingbird is very resourceful. It is spiritually resourceful. What does the hummingbird do every day in the wild? It goes out and it gets the best nectar, the very best nectar, and brings it back. And collects it, drinks it, you know, goes around from flower to flower, also sort of pollinating as it goes along. Beautiful animal spirit. And so this is the spirit of the hummingbird. You know, this is a feeling of being able to find what you need spiritually, the nectar that you need to rejuvenate yourself. You may have a friend in your life who is someone who is very sort of, you know, whenever you're around them, they help to rejuvenate your spirit. They know exactly what it is to bring your spirits up, you know. This is the spirit of the hummingbird. Also very hardworking, someone who you know, is always willing to work on a solution, always willing to help out. This is a strong sort of animal spirit that anybody would love to be around when you have a friend who resonates with the hummingbird. The panther is fire energy, and it's associated with chaos and nihilism, right? Obliteration of things that no longer serve any purpose. The panther is an energy that comes into our lives that often feels like he's coming out of nowhere, literally out of nowhere. The events and the energies that he brings are totally out of our hands, and they're usually sort of divinely led events, right? Experiences. However, they tend to come in very chaotic. I would say that even some of what everyone is going through right now in the world is a little bit of spirit of the panther. But once the dust settles, there is enormous room for growth. Things that no longer are needed have been gotten rid of, right? Things that we've been things, people, places, and things that we may have been holding on to just because we're used to holding on to it. And we needed this kind of very chaotic event to shake things up. But ultimately, what comes out of it is really good. It's like it's like your world has been cleared of all the dust and the darkness and the things that aren't helping, and now there is room for growth and opportunity coming in. It's a very powerful sort of animal spirit that comes in, and it should give you just comfort when you're going through chaotic situations to know that the spirit of this energy is to really propel you someplace much better than where you were before. Now, the gazelle is associated with fire also, and the gazelle is absolute beauty and motion, right? Grace. We talk about being very graceful with the gazelle, powerful, fast. However, the spirit of the gazelle is mostly associated with being extremely alert. Right? As you are moving through this life, maybe very quickly you might be moving through this life, and you are, you're maintaining your poise and your grace. At the same time, you have to be very careful and watchful, because there are elements out there that are negative, right? That can come into your life. And when we talk about being watchful, I'm not talking about being watchful for outside entities. Be watchful for yourself, be watchful also for your mindset, because it's your mindset that attracts the experiences you have. So yes, be watchful in terms of being able to discern which people are around you, because everyone else has free will too. So some things are out of your hands. Be watchful for what energies are around you, but also at the same time, also constantly be watchful over how you are sort of looking at the world and making sure that you may not be inadvertently drawing the attention of these negative energies. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, they say if you look into the abyss long enough, the abyss looks back at you. And it's very much this energy of like, you know, yes, sometimes we have negativity around us that we don't ask for. But the more and more we pay attention to our own thoughts and our own sort of outlook on life and the things that we truly desire and believe in, the more and more we're going to see exactly how closely tied that is to how much, or to what exactly comes back to us, right? What kind of feedback or energy or experiences come into our lives. All right, guys, let's get right into your spread. Lovely Pisces. This is March 29th to April 5th. Laying out the cards a little differently now. We have Four of Wands, Nine of Swords, and the Sun. Okay, for some of you, you're coming into this week with a Four of Wands energy. It's a new love connection. Four of Wands is the 11-11 card because we see the two 11s there mirroring each other, the two wands mirroring each other, which look like 11-11. But 11-11 card is actually the Four of Wands. And 4 is the number for stability and foundation and power. So with the Four of Wands, we see a couple have come together with sort of mutual respect and love. It's very equal. It's exactly equal the way they come towards each other. And those are all the ingredients we want to see for a really strong twin flame connection going forward. So this is very nice indeed. And this is what you're resonating with this week. Four of Wands is also Venus and Aries energy. So it's a new love, a new beauty, a new sense of commitment also, I'm going to say. So Nine of Wands is the energy that you come into the week and you're met with a nine of swords, excuse me if I said Wands. You're met with the Nine of Swords energy. And Nine of Swords is a real feeling of worry and anxiety and regret. So there's something that some of you Pisces are worrying about with regard to a love connection. But there's no need to worry. By the end of the week, everything will be made clear with that Sun card. Okay, so you have the Sun coming in. And the Sun is absolutely all about clarity and growth. And it could be that maybe there was some kind of chaotic event that happened this week. It could be just that something is going on this week. Right now, with everybody dealing with so many different things in their lives, it's, you know, it's difficult. People are worrying. And Nine of Swords is very much a misery that we put on ourselves. It's a worry. It's an anxiety. It doesn't always necessarily have any kind of bearing on reality or the truth. It's not just simply because you're worrying about something doesn't make it, you know, that isn't symbolic of the fact, or doesn't necessarily mean that it's absolutely true or absolutely going to come to pass. A lot of times, Nine of Swords is just a worry that you're kind of putting yourself through unnecessarily. And so by the end of the week, you do come out on top. So this is very much just sort of to keep your spirits up spread for some of you Pisces who may have something going on with a new love connection. And you're having a lot of anxiety this week. We have the Hermit, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Two of Wands. All right, so for some of you, you're coming into this week. Knight of Pentacles has been around a lot this week for the readings. So some of you are coming in with Hermit energy, Pisces, and you're really sort of alone. You're hermited, right? Hermit energy has been coming out a lot this week because a lot of us are actually physically going through this. We're either being, you know, we're either having to live a hermited life apart from each other. We're social distancing right now. Some of us are taking this opportunity to also have that very deep personal self, road of, I want to say, objective rather of self-discovery right now, you know, focusing on self-discovery. If you're going to be hermiting away, if you're going to be separate from others, might as well take the time and the energy to now focus on yourself and maybe do some of that inner work that you've been wanting to do. It's just a hermited energy in general that's really around a lot for everyone. And I think this is inherently a time where people are naturally going to be looking inward and working on themselves. In any case, you're resonating with this, Pisces. And just like with a lot of the other readings, Knight of Pentacles is coming in for you. And that indicates that you are really sort of on a particular path here. There's a special path that you're on, that you are trying to achieve something very, very real. You're trying to manifest something in the real, in the here and now. So although you are in this real hermited self-evaluation type of mood, you're looking outward. Your energy and your spirit is looking outward, because there's something very strong you're trying to achieve, guys. And by the end of the week, I think you find a way to begin to make moves toward it, because you round the week off with a Two of Wands, and that's a real feeling of wanting to get out in the world and get on with it. It's Mars and Aries energy. So Two of Wands is Mars and Aries energy. That's the the astrological placement that is associated with Two of Wands. And so, it's this real energy of wanting to get out in the world, and get on with your plans. You don't want to be held back. You're not waiting for anything like the Three of Wands. You are ready. You know what you want to do, and your plans are, formulated. You have that drive. Wands are fire, so it's this drive to move forward, and it's going to be something to do with your career, something that you're wanting to manifest in the here and now. Even if it isn't your career, it's a life's work. This is what I like to call Pentacles sometimes. Your life's work, whatever your life's work is, whether that is a particular career or a passion or a project, it's that path that you're ready, raring to go on. And you get a chance to do that, because Two of Wands indicates that you have everything you need to move forward also. Ace of Cups for some of you. Six of Pentacles. Wow. All right. Some of you, again, we're going back to a love connection. And this is why I'm kind of enjoying this new way I'm laying out the cards, because we get to see the connections with the previous spreads. Some of you, again, are resonating with a love connection, Ace of Cups. This is a new love connection, and you're overflowing right now. There's a high degree of attraction coming in. I want to say the spirit, as for the previous reading, the Hermit, by the way, the spirit of the hummingbird is definitely coming in for the Hermit, I'm going to say, because a lot of you are tapping into a lot of spiritual resources right now. So I just wanted to remind you of that. Nevertheless, Ace of Cups is an overflowing of love that you have, attraction, this could be a soulmate connection, could be. Aces are only really sort of the, I want to say the potential, of the full essence of that suit. It doesn't necessarily guarantee it's going to work out the way we always want, but it can indicate the beginning. And in the beginning, potential is infinite, right? The potential for something working out a certain way is very, very, broad. And I would say not even the potential, but the potential outcomes are infinite, right? When you first begin something. And so in this way, we have Ace of Cups and all the aces associated with that moment where, everything is up for grabs, depending on your outlook and how you approach the situation and everyone's energy involved. But right now, there's an overflowing of new love. And you have a Six of Pentacles energy that you come into the week with, right? Let me just move this up a little bit. A Six of Pentacles energy that you come into the week with, and that's a feeling of charity or working in charity. Some of you may indeed be doing altruistic work, humanitarian work. You may be working with the vulnerable, or you may just be helping someone. Someone is coming into you and they're asking for your assistance. Six of Pentacles is that kind of relationship that we have with our money and our finances and our stability, that we want to share it. We have enough to share. We've measured, that's what the scale represents. It's symbolic of really weighing out for yourself, how much you have and how much your conscience will allow you to keep. Right? So this is a constant weighing, because we need things to survive, right? We need a certain amount of things to survive. We also like to have a certain lifestyle, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's a certain environment that we'd like to live in, and all of that requires, support, financial support, abundance, or certainly financial stability. But the scale here is the constant weighing that we have of, you know, how much we need to be happy and how much our conscience would like for us to give to the rest of the world also to make us happy. Both things make us happy, but which one is making us more happy, and how much, what is our capacity to give to that one? And that's the balancing that that scale actually represents. And so right now, this is what you're kind of dealing with. It could be that somebody's come to you and asked for your help financially, your support. It could just be that you found yourself working in this field, in this area, or in some way in your community, offering your assistance. In any case, this is really beautiful because by the end of the week, you are celebrating also. And so this is a very powerful, positive week of giving and sharing and also bonding with your community. 3 is the number for bonding and loyalty in tarot. And with 3 of Cups, we have that bonding that happens with our social group, that bonding that happens with our tribe, our people, our family, the ones that we love, the ones that understand us. And we have to get together sometimes and double down, I want to say, or recommit, right? Recommit to that bond, especially if you haven't seen people in a long time. And it's interesting that this would happen at a time like this now, where everyone's being kind of told to stay away from each other. But I think that people are finding new ways to bond, right? People are finding ways to stay together, to communicate with each other, even if it's just online. Even I myself, with my channel, I've started doing more and more live streams to actually be in touch with you guys, to be able to talk to you guys in some way. So, yeah, this is how it rounds off for some of you Pisces, and this is very nice. And all of this is very much coming out of this new love connection. It's really interesting, you know. It could be that you're celebrating this love connection with your friends. You know, it's really, really nice. And a lot of this celebration also is going to come out of this 6 of Pentacles work that you're doing this week. So if this is resonating for some of you Pisces, just pay attention. You know, when we do these readings, the idea is to pay attention to these energies so that you can mitigate and get rid of as much as possible any negative energies that you are, you know, that you are foreseeing may come, you know, or anticipating, and sort of increasing all of the positives. So if you're doing community work, or if you're helping someone out this week and you're finding yourself in this situation, you know that there is some kind of celebration also coming. You know, look out for that. You know, meditate on that, increase the energy that you have for that, and that the love that you have for that, so that all of that sort of feeds your soul. Hummingbird energy. All of it is food for the soul. Okay, getting the most out of your experiences is all food for the soul. Working on mitigating and getting rid of the negativity and the things that take you down towards the other polarity, that's the work, right? That's all the work that is involved. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that, Pisces. March 29th to April 5th, your weekly general outlook. Love you so much. Don't forget to let me know if you're interested in the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Deck and Guidebook. Go ahead and check out your other readings, you know. Let me know what you think about this spread. I love it myself. It allows me to go even deeper and see some connections here also. These are all outlooks for Pisces, but there may be bits and pieces of each that some of you may also be having anxieties this week at the same time while you're working on charitable things, right? Some of you may indeed be connected with anxiety while you're working over this, but a desire to also move forward with a particular goal or task. So you have to see for yourself how some of these bits and pieces resonate and relate to your life so that you can get the picture for your experience. All right, guys, I love you so much. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week for your weekly general outlook. Bye-bye now.